Hey YouTube, Scott Stevenson here, and today I wanted to do something a little different on my channel. I wanted to actually review a product that I've had for quite some time. It's actually this Asus laptop right here. I've had this thing for, I don't know, probably about 2 years or so, maybe a year and a half, and it's just been fantastic. I really enjoy it. It's a 10-inch model. And what's really great about it is it's called the Flip, and what it can do is it can open up and expand and kind of turn into like a tablet, which is also really very cool. I didn't really want like a really super expensive computer to travel around with. This thing was only, I think, about $250 or $300. I think it might even be cheaper than that. I got it from Best Buy. I shopped around a few different places before I ended up getting it, but I'm really actually happy with it. I wanted to do a review when I first got it, but I didn't quite get a real good hands-on like understanding of how it worked or whether or not I liked it. But I've been carrying this thing around to work for almost a year in my backpack, and it's really held up really well. I love the keyboard on it. It's just fantastic to use, and the touch screen is really great and has some speakers along on the bottom and the back, and those are phenomenal. They work really well. Overall, I'm really happy with this little Asus laptop, and just Asus in general is just like an amazing company. And pretty much all the products that they make are really fantastic. It has micro SD on the side. It gives you one USB. What's also really cool about this thing is it has 2 places to charge, so it can be in the front or the back, as well as headphones. Having 2 places to charge, front and back, is really great, because say if you have it on your desk like this, you can feed the cable kind of off to one side from the back, or if it's sitting the other way, you can have it going the other direction. Say if it's like in this configuration, you can have it coming out of this side, going back this way, or this way, coming the opposite way. So depending on how you have it flipped open or sideways or in a tablet configuration, it's kind of really nice how they kind of thought about having 2 different places where you can charge it. On top, you have a little volume rocker and then your on and off switch. It's really basic, doesn't have a whole lot of buttons, which is kind of great when you have it in the tablet view. This back keyboard is kind of cut off. I don't really find myself using it just like this, like in a tablet, as much. My favorite configurations are just like straight up like a laptop, or in kind of like this like display sort of mode where it kind of like sets itself up like sort of a kickstand. That's probably my 2 favorite ways that I like to use this thing. One way is I just kind of like set it on my desk like this, and I just kind of use it as like another separate like preview monitor, or something that I can just kind of like, I'm working on one main project and I just kind of need to have a little extra workspace, or look at an email, or have something where I don't want to have it on my phone. It just works really well as like another little display. One thing is the operating system is so small, it barely takes up any room on the, I think it's like less than a gig, something like that. I'll have to check. I'll put right here how big the operating system is. I'll have to look it up. But I know it's very small, which is really fantastic. I don't really use it to store any sort of pictures or photos or video productions, things like that. I do most of that on my Mac, but it's just kind of filled in the gaps between my cell phone and my Mac. My Mac I usually use to do all of my video editing and video and photo processing, and my phone is kind of just like my everyday, computer in my pocket, like for most people. I do a lot of stuff like that, but I hate checking email on my phone, and I hate watching videos on my phone, because I just feel like I'm not getting the full experience watching a video on my phone. It's just the screen is too small, the audio is not great, and you can put headphones on or whatever, but looking at media on the phone is not as great of an experience as it is on the little 10-inch tablet. I prefer to always have the largest screen when I'm consuming YouTube videos, or when I'm looking through emails or writing or something like that. So this kind of falls in between having a very large screen and having a very small portable screen. It's kind of somewhere in between there. And like I said, I don't do a whole lot of work or creating content on this type of device, but what I really use it for the most is consuming content, watching YouTube videos, looking at social media, that type of stuff. Responding to comments, emails, not a whole lot of creation or photo editing. Sometimes I do use Lightroom Mobile on my tablet to do some basic edits, but I find that it's a lot faster to work on my full workstation with my keyboard and my control console and all that kind of stuff. But it is really nice to have some of the touchscreen functionality for editing photos. So I would recommend it, or if you do have some sort of a pen or stylus, that can also be really useful. I've done that before, used a little pen to do some photo editing on the Asus. But overall, it's a great product. I really recommend it. Just looking for something just to lay in bed and watch, YouTube videos or scroll through your Twitter feed or Instagram. It's a really great device. I was kind of on the fence about whether I would use it or if it was the right kind of thing, or if I should spend a little more money, get an iPad or a MacBook Pro or something like that. But this thing ended up being just the fit that I needed, and overall I'm really happy with it, and I'm glad that I got this product. So I'd recommend it. Once again, I'm Scott Stevenson. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to check out my past videos as well as subscribe to see my future ones.